happy holidays. It's time to cozy on up. Oh, my days of being outside are over. I get the nice little E-fire going. And we're going to finish off this Napoleon game. We've been busy out doing the shopping and eating things. And yeah, it might be my favorite time of year. So let's check out this Napoleon game I got going on here. We're towards the end. I'm going to give you a little drop in. I'll be right back. All right, over here at the game table. We're on our last 4 turns. Card draw number 7 when we begin, but just give you a little rundown here. Not doing too good on that administrative and political. Now, I imagine that administrative and diplomatic points never get too high. I don't think they ever. If you get up to 14, you're fine because those reset every year and go back to 0. So you're only working with a little bit. Now that political can get up there if you have a good game. I don't consider this a good game with that political being down there, but my glory's getting up there. Now glory, I think, already should be buried up in the 50s if you're having a good game. Now, don't get me wrong. Just the fact that you're still out of jail or not abdicated or exiled by 1814 is a good accomplishment in this game. Let's go around to our table here and show you what's all involved. In Westphalia, we have reached a point in my career where you become an emperor. You can establish or make kings. Making kings, as you see right here, using the Making Kings card. We got him out of the Bonaparte family because he cost us glory every year. So you want to ship him off. Now, you don't have no ongoing effect. A lot of family members will give you glory each year when you make them a king, but old Jerome, not doing it for us. We also got Bernadette here, as we put as a crown, easy for me to say, Crown Prince of Sweden. So there you go. He gives you die roll modifiers and all your combat. You got to look at the bottom part of this. If Prussia is hostile, we're looking down here, and Prussia is hostile. In this game, even in this year, 1814, we still have Tsar Paul. Tsar Alexander was taken out of the deck in some kind of card play or some kind of battle. So he is. We're still dealing with Tsar Paul. We have a bunch of these generals: Barclay de Tolly, Kutuzov, and Benningsen. But there you go. Now, one of the prerequisites is if Tsar Alexander is in play. If Tsar Alexander is in play. If Tsar Alexander is in play. So he's not in play, and he won't be in play in this game because he's been taken out of the deck with some events that happened earlier in the game. So there you go. We're still dealing with Tsar Paul. Josephine, I declined her. I went with Desiree Clary. Now, she has given me a legitimate son. We had a great die roll on that. That is killer. But we did do a little bit of hanky-pankying with Eleonore de la Plaine. I don't know about all that. There you go. But with her, we had us a bastard son. So there you go. We are now the emperor. It gives us 4 administrative per year. We got the Making Kings part of our career. We can just put our family on into the nepotism at its finest, huh? Oh my God. We got to deal with Nelson. He costs us 2 glory every year. Ooh, in Holland, we have one of our family members, I guess my brother Louis. And now he gives me 2 glory per year if in the Kingdom of Holland. There you go. We are in the Kingdom of Holland. He makes my life a little bit better, so he amplifies the family as opposed to Jerome, who doesn't do nothing. All right, you got a bunch of these cards here with Prussia, Blucher, and other die roll modifiers that come in with the combat. What else? The Polish question. We haven't dealt with Poland yet. Ooh, and what is this here? Ooh, Austria's got a bunch of cards. So, -1 die roll modifier on their diplomatic rolls. We have to deal with that. You have to deal with all these. -1 in combat rounds because of Archduke Charles. And Austria is hostile. As a matter of fact, our next campaign is going to be Austria and Prussia declare war. So there you go. We're up against it. Prince Schwarzenberg, -1 in all combat rounds involving Austria. So there you go. And that is it. So you got to deal with all these when it comes to campaign time. We have the Continental System, which is against France, and that cost me 1 die roll modifier in all my domestic politics rolls. Ouch. All right, but we do have France reorganized, and that gives me 1 political per year. That has to do with the year setup phase. You'll get all your incomes in. Oh, Spain's always been allied because we have not pulled out the Bayonne or Spain Rises cards. So there you go. He's been allied the whole game. That's been our big help. We haven't had no Spanish ulcers to deal with. Joseph is in the Kingdom of Naples. Sorry about that. And he gets me 1 glory per year in the Kingdom of Naples. So Joseph Bonaparte, give me a plus, increasing my glory being down there. Treaties, we're out of treaties. We just had a card that blew all my treaties out and set these guys to hostile. So that's why the situation is what it is. The only one we have currently is the Papal Concordiate, and it has to do with me by when I crowned myself. I'll arrest him maybe later, or he'll excommunicate me, and that's when this card will be gone. We have all kinds of good generals, a big old stack of generals, but you can have all the generals you want if you can't afford the administrative, glory, or political to hire them. All kinds of, we just picked this card up. Is he lucky? So there you go. This has to do with your campaign modifiers and strategy and tactics. Potential campaigns, potential treaties. 4 more turns to go. Having a great time finishing up this game. My hobby store is open, as a matter of fact, but I'm not in the mood to go. Well, I don't know if we'll go today. It's a 25-mile drive. They closed the mini market down. That was just 10 minutes away from my house, so now we got a nice little drive, which is all right. We don't mind getting out and have a nice little road trip. It's nice to go out there, and they definitely have a lot of games. All right, that's it for now. We got a card draw. Let's go ahead and draw it. Card draw number 7. Birth year's Rabbit Hunt. If birth year is Chief of Staff, which he is, -1 administrative and 5 glory, then remove this card from play. Otherwise, discard this card from no effect. So he is my Chief of Staff, so that will cost me 1 administrative. Ouch. 5 glory, you can see how that goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 39 from 44. But better off we can remove this card from play. Whew. That's a big old remove from card play deck, discard pile. And we'll roll now for our campaign. 1 or 2. When we go to a campaign, I believe, on the card draw 7. It's a 4. We're either 1 or 2. No good. Go down for another card draw. An expedition in Portugal. Now, I usually don't waste generals on this. Oh, I must have immediately resolve an expedition, because I'll save them for the campaign. We don't have much. We kind of pull. So let's just go with our luck. 6 or more, and we get 10 glory. That would be great. We need a good die roll. 6 or more. Ouch. -5 glory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 34. That is a big hurt. Oh, no good. All right. Discard this card, so this one can come back to hurt us. An expedition in Portugal was not needed. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and play on here. We won't bore you with anything else. Let me see. Let's roll the die and see if we go to a campaign. I think it's a 1 to 3 before I let you guys go. It's a 5. So we'll go on to card draw number 9 and carry it on, so on and so forth. We'll be back. We'll be checking in, see if we get any more games. If not, I'll let you know how this game turned out, because we ain't got many more turns left, but a full board of things going on here later on in the game. All my card decks are taken up. The only one left is Abdication. Hopefully we don't draw that one. That'll mean the end of the game. We'll be back. All right, well, I've rolled a 1. And that signifies a campaign. So we will be going to the Austria and Prussia declare war. Now this is late in the game, and this could be real crucial to this long game. This game probably would take I'd have a couple hours into it, but that's a couple hours spread up over at least 2 months, maybe even 3. since the last time you could have to look on the timelines of my video, but yeah, it should be about a 2-hour game that we're playing here, but it's taken me about 2 months to play it because I only play a few minutes on the weekends. But like I said, that's all going to change. So we're getting ready for this Austria and Prussia declare war. So we're going against two nations now. We do have to use the Blucher card, and that's a -2 Dyro modifier in all combat rounds involving Prussia. All right, that is if Prussia Rises card is into effect. And of course, Prussia Rises is into effect. So that's a -2 to begin with. Then down here, under Austria, we have Prince Schwarzenberg. And he's a -1 Dyro modifier in all combat rounds involving Austria. Then we have Archduke Charles, -1 Dyro modifier in all combat rounds involving Austria. And let me see here. I think that'll be it. I think when all the smoke clears, we're starting this campaign off with a -4. Let me take a break here real quick. We'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. It'd be about a day and a half later. Hence why it takes me 2 months to play a 2-hour game. Oh my goodness. But let's see if we can get through this without any interruptions. Although it is the holidays and we have been busy and all get out. As a matter of fact, I'm more tired now than I am when I usually work because all the activities we got. Eating too much, just, that's what the time of year is all about. Big celebration, time to throttle back. We're going to throttle back with a little bit of this Napoleon game here. We are going on with our Austria and Prussia declare war against us. And so far with all the cards we got here on the board and just the nature of the campaign, we're starting out with a -4 Dyro modifier. We need to bury that sucker up here to +4. And here's how you go about that. Well, number one, we got a bunch of campaign modifiers. We'll see if it can't get any lower than -4, so any more negatives really won't have an effect. At the start of this campaign, after assigning commanders, I roll a die. Okay, we'll have to do that later. And that is, is he lucky? That's what old Napoleon. The prerequisite to any marshal or general was he asked him, is the guy lucky? Well, I would have failed that question right off the bat on that one. I would have told him, no, sir, I am not lucky. I will be shot between the eyes first few minutes of the battle. All right, must place in campaign -1 in the first combat round, and that's for an enemy attack. So there you go. We'll flip this one over. This is a first round combat round, so we'll flip this one over. I usually flip it over like this and put it over here in this little spot, but that tells us it's already been used. It's a modifier that can only be used once in the first round of combat. This one is enemy gun, so the Austrian Prussians got Buku artillery, and that's a -1 in all combat rounds. That's all combat rounds, so to keep this up. And the last one here is looting. That's a post-campaign card. So we got these two. We'll keep face up. All right, and that is it for the modifiers. We're still no good modifiers to help us out. Now we'll go over here to strategy and tactic cards, and these you might have to pay for. And we're low on politics and administrative. Administrative points are what you usually use to assign these. Grand Battery must place in May -1 for +1 in 1 combat round. So we'll go ahead and use that. So it'll take us down here to 1 administrative point. This here will be used. We'll flip this over. And you just go on through the cards like that, adding and subtracting as the modifiers call for, as the card calls for. That's a +1, we're -3. May want to gain a +2 in 1 combat round. Stalemate is treated as defeat. We'll do this one. We'll get more bang for our buck. So from 1 administrative point, -1, we'll go down to 3. We will get a 2 modifier. So at -1 with just 1 card, that'll help. A stalemate is treated as defeat. Apply bloody if applicable. So we got to remember that, which I won't remember, but we'll try to get it all figured out. +1 Dyro modifier in the first combat round, and this don't cost nothing. All right. All right, this card was supposed to be taken out during the first console deck, if not face up. So it was face up, so we don't have to worry about that, but that'll tell you when the card expired. So this card is not expired yet. +1 Dyro modifier in the first combat round of each campaign. That'll get us up to 0, and we'll flip that card over because it's done. All right, the old guard. This card's still in effect now for commanders. Let me look through here. Oh, I got 2 of them that are turned over. That's because they did not pass their wound test. He had a wound roll. Anything between a roll of 1 or 2 wounds him for the next round. But I think they came up because we changed years. Or maybe we'll keep them down because they have to have that effect. They have to be done for 2 years. So that's fine. Those 2 are wounded from last campaign. It was Agaro and Salt. So let's see here. All right, put these 2 there. Let me see what we can afford on these commanders with our budget. We're looking for mostly. All right, we're back with commanders. Now, the thing of it is, I want to look here real quick because we didn't have any that we could use political points on. I think them are the ones that were injured. Let me make sure here. Chief of staff, 1 administrative per year, blah, 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 but don't say nothing about him. I think this one might have been political. Yeah, 1 political point. So, and he's the only one in the deck. All the other ones taking either administrative points or glory. So we only could afford a certain amount of commanders. There was more that were here, but we just didn't. We was poll. So we couldn't use it. Now we shut that glory down there. Everybody here has been paid for. So when it says it cost them to use, we've already subtracted it off my track. But we got more mount here. +1 in any 1 combat round. Now you want to use these the right way because there's some of them that can only be used in a second. This one here, we're going to take old lanes out. We're going to use that +2 die roll modifier in the first round of combat, then removed from play. So we'll give them a +2. And the only reason I'm doing that, we're late in the game. So I want to, this is kind of a critical time here. So Lanes, you've been a good general, but we're done using you now. We'll take him out of play. All right. So now we need another +2. I think we'll use the Vault. And he is +2 in any 1 combat round. Some of these are specific for after the first round of combat. So hopefully we won't have a second round. But we will put the Vault in the used commanders. With that +2 modifier, he bumps us up to the +4. So we're able to overcome our -4 deficit. There you go. That's what it's all about here. Now, it all depends on die roll. Hold on a second. All right, little clear my throat break. All right, let's go for this die roll. +4 in this game. You're always looking for high. Is he lucky? Yes, I'm lucky on this one. So that's just a plain victory. We'll go back here to the card and look under victory conditions. Played a Treaty of Dresden. Do we still have the Treaty of Dresden in here? Oh, Treaty of Madrid, Treaty of Tilts, Treaty of Dresden. Here you go. So these treaties are all mostly added in this stage of the game by the Emperor deck. And you put them over here, potential treaties. Now, once you use these treaties, there's a time where they're discarded. And if there's no treaty here and no treaty there that has to deal with the country you just conquered or just had a campaign against or won, you get to conquer them, and that's flip their marker here over to conquered. Now, that's only if they don't have a treaty. From this one, we got treaties, so nobody will be conquered. Let me check this out. Let me see. Victory. Play Treaty of Dresden. Defeat La Patrie in danger. Well, the state is in danger is what it calls for, and that just means you fight everybody that's hostile. So we'll have to play that one. I guess I'm thinking with these cards, it goes back in here. So you keep these. It doesn't say remove them or anything, so it keeps on going over here to potential campaigns. So you'll be potentially having those campaigns. I might have earlier do those out of play. So there you go. And like I said, I could still be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they stay in there after playing this game a while and seeing how things go. Must be moved to current treaties. Active victory in Austria, Prussia declare war. And I think I've had this treaty. Well, maybe not, because it would have been discarded. To campaign, I get one diplomatic point for my booty of victory. And diplomatic, you can see these 3 here. Oh, this one here probably has a chance to get up. But these 2, like I said, I've been playing this game a while, and they never get up to even 12 or 13 would be ridiculous. So we'll see. You don't get much on those 2. 15 glory. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've been here before, but not past that spot. We've got to get over that top row. Oh, let me see here. And 3 political. So 3 political. 1, 2, 3. So there you go. That's our general records track, our resource track, and that goes all up because of our victory. Now it says here, set Austria and Prussia to Allied. Austria, Prussia to Allied. So everybody's on our side here. And unless Spain goes hostile, we have that menagerie or that Spanish ulcer. In these conditions, on a diplomatic phase, you will have no diplomatic role, or nobody will change. So, I'm sorry, you'll have no campaign is what it is, yeah. When everybody's like this, and it looks under the prerequisites, it'll have, if this guy's hostile, this guy's neutral, this guy's allied, and so on and so forth. There's a big list that goes down. But on this situation here, we will have no campaign next year, unless it changes. Okay, well, that's it. Remove this card from play instead of shifting Austria or Prussia after diplomacy roll. All right, so here you go. This is our current treaty. So when it comes time for the diplomacy roll, when you roll, they can't go anywhere but down. You'll skip that. Their diplomacy can't be changed for next year, no matter what. And then we'll remove this card from play. So there is peace in Europe thanks to our Prussia-Austria campaign. We just kicked ass. It took me. That's looking good for this game. All right, after the campaign phase, we go down to the diplomatic phase. And I'll show you how to do that. We're taking a little break. Make sure we got everything ready to go here. And well, we got dogs to walk, so maybe we'll take a little break. Walk my dog. I would like to have me a little trip to the miniature market. Check out a game. Oh, we got games around here. Like I said, I got maybe 1 mini game I've yet to unpackage. We're gonna finish this game here up as soon as I get done here. And well, it's nice to go browse, and plus it was my birthday about a few days ago, and it's just plain holidays. I think I'm ready to treat myself to a latest edition. I was waiting on that P500 and those pre-orders. So I don't think them things are coming here until spring. So we will be back. All right, then. Before we go any further, we got to roll a die for our one general that was involved in a campaign, 1 or 2, and he's wounded. Out of the game for, oh, there you go. All right, so we'll put him face down, and we'll take the other 2 that were wounded last campaign and put them up. So that is how you do that. These 2 are up, ready to go for the next campaign. And this man here, we get a medal. He was wounded in combat. That's how you play that. Having a great time. We'll move on here to the diplomatic phase when I get back from my dog walk. Be right back. And well, you just can't stop the boys from helping themselves to some of my booty. You can see there I am trying to take control of the mob, but after this campaign we have to -1 administrative and -1 glory, but we get 2 political. So -1 administrative, it's already down to 0. -1 glory, so that'll take me down from 44 to 43, and then my political goes up to for paying off all my political allies with a little bit of jewelry, gold bars. There you go. All right, and that'll be it. Now that I think it will be the end of the campaign. Oh, this one here is modifiers. Everything else, yeah, we're good to go. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of cards here. You'll forget to do that, to do this, and everything else, but you get the basic crux of the game, and I think we did everything right on that one. All right, now time for a little bit of morning leg exercises, some fresh air. We will be back. All right, then we move on to our diplomatic phase. And all these phases here, diplomatic and domestics, are pretty easy. But this whole sequence of play don't take too long at all. It's a pretty quick game. Don't be deceived by my snail pace nature. All right, well, we'll roll for each country. Now, Spain has a marker on it. It hasn't come off yet. Let me see here. Emperor deck, if not in play, but it's in play, so that's a moot, or 183 or 199, which are 2 cards that'll override this card. But the important thing is Spain remains allied until the Bayonne or Spain Rises card are revealed. They have not been revealed yet. So let's roll for Spain. You roll for him automatically. 2, that means he goes down 1 from allied to neutral, but this card here intervenes. So there you go. Now for Austria. High roll is what we're looking for. A 2. So he don't want to be our friend for too long, but move this card from play instead of shifting Austria or Prussia after a diplomacy roll. So remove this card from play. We just had Austria. We won't shift them because of this card, but the Treaty of Dresden does go away. Instead of shifting Austria or Prussia from play, instead of shifting Austria was first. So I guess I'm thinking we remove it from play, and then we roll for Prussia. Looking for a high roll. We'll be right back. All right, see if we can keep it in the arena. And that is an 8. That is good for the diplomatic roll. Anything above 6 is no effect. So Prussia stays allied, even though the Treaty of Dresden has been expired, I guess. We're going for Russia now. High roll. 6. So no effect. 6 or more. So that's a diplomatic roll. Now we'll get to the campaign part of the game. As you can see down here, let me get you switched on over. Each country, Austria, Prussia, Russia, and Spain, when they're all allied, neutral, or conquered, there's no Emperor deck campaign must be selected. So this will stay open. And waiting for that Spanish ulcer, which is, don't get me wrong, that's great when you don't have to deal with the Vietnam that went on in Spain through all these years. So that's one of the reasons why I'm probably doing so good in this game. But we're done with the diplomatic phase. We'll go down to domestic politics. Now you can alter this die roll. You can alter them both. This one here, I could have spent diplomatic points to give me die roll modifiers. I have 1 diplomatic point. It could help me out here. On this one here, I always just roll without spending anything. I think you can spend political points. For every 2, you get a die roll modifier. I'm not really worried about that. Our glory is pretty much up there, but we really don't want to lose much. You just basically need a high roll on modify, but we're going to get all these modifiers automatically, but we're not going to spend any political points. Boy, we're really up there. Maybe I might want to spend some, but oh yeah, let's spend some political points. Points spent. So we'll start here. Die roll modifier track is 0, and we will roll a die looking for a high roll. Well, no, I guess we got to buy our points first. All right, I'll give me 3 plus 3, and we'll spend for every 2 political points. So that'd be 6. Wow, we're at 9. That'd give us 3. All right, now we'll go down to track and adjust accordingly. For each hostile, conquered, or inactive nation, -1 for Britain. For each bloody result, none. For if the continental system is in play, and look what we got here, the continental system is in play, so that is another -1. There you go. For each allied nation, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 bears us up to +4. Die roll modifier. Thank you for kicking everybody's butt to get them on your side. And we've already paid for our political points. It might have been unnecessary, so I'll roll on the domestic politics table. Before we do that, let's look over here. Yeah, this one here is more of a political point per year when France is reorganized. All right, we're just making sure I got all my die roll modifiers covered. High roll is needed. We get a 5 plus 4 is a 9. We -2 glory with that. Whew, man, you got to bury that thing in 10 or more. So -2 glory puts us down to 41. We're getting there. And we're going to advance the turn marker next. This cleanup phase. This thing here is unused. I wonder if I could have did that again. I probably could. Well, I don't want to re-roll. It might be a bad roll, so I'll leave it there. All right, Napoleon's luck's unused. Diplomatic and administrative back to 0. Look at this, +50. There ain't no way you're ever going to get a 50. I'd like to see that game. All right, so there you go. That's all back to 0. That's cleanup phase. year setup phase. We are going up to 1815. 2 more years. We'll be back. All right, ready to set up our 1815 year. And we have yet to have a invasion of Russia, I guess. Russia in the snow, or a retreat from Russia. So it all depends on the draw of the cards. That's all that stuff's still in there. As far as year setup with moved marker, we're at 1815. I do know there are some 1815 cards in here that have to be removed during the card deck phase. That's our next phase. But in here, let me get my spectacles on. Yeah, we got nothing from him. Nothing from all these boys. Oh, let me see. This one would have had a die roll modifier in the second round of our last campaign. And nothing from them, nothing from her. What's her name? Josephine would have gave us some glory every year, but we declined that because she has some bad habits. It would have cost us down the road, both in spending and infidelity. All right, 4 administrative per year is what we're up to now since we're an emperor. And then we'll get another 2 for birth year. So that gives us 6. And that's it. That's what I'm maxed at. I don't ever get any more than that. There's somebody here that gives it a diplomatic point every year, but he's not in there. He's gone. Old Nelson's still sucking up our glory. Oh, go down here to 39 now from 41. But Luis giving us 2 glory per year, so that'll know that. Back up to 41. I see somebody else got us all domestic politics, 1 political per year for France being reorganized. So we'll put the political up from 3 to 4. And who else we got? I think we had another. Yeah, old Joseph down here. 1 glory per year if in Kingdom of Naples. 2 glory per year if he was in Spain, but I don't know. I don't have no control over Spain. I can't make him a king there, so we'll get us our 1 glory per year up to 42. All right, I think that takes care of the year set up phase. There you go. All right. Now, when it comes down to campaigning, if there's no campaigns, all these modifier cards get discarded in that discard pile, but we'll get to that when we do. I think that is it for the year setup. We've done our income and everything else. Card deck phase. Now this is where I got to remove all the cards that I got 1815 in them and put any cards that come in. But we're done. We're done with all the cards. The deck is in its final stage. Just 1 deck left of cards that need to be inserted. And that's the abdication deck. If we ever hit that point, but that's an end of the game. But we'll see what happens. We aren't out of the woods yet. 2 more turns. We're back. All right, then the cards that mostly deal with Josephine are the ones that expire in 1815. I guess it's past her time. I guess he figured in real life that she wasn't going to bear him a son and got the ye old divorce. And that must have happened in 1815, so she's gone, and the guy that set us up. There you go. Old birth year is gone. He comes out in 1815, or if he's been used, we haven't used him. 3 cards that go into the out of play pile. All right. Just got to shuffle on up and get ready for our next card action phase. There's 2 more turns. We'll be right back. All right. Deck is all shuffled and ready to cut the cards. And we have a new draw deck. There you go. All right. This is a nice little card placement game. Like I always said earlier, I just don't get much time, but it can be a quick game. And this is really a rare thing for me just to have this much time. It's right now that I've had. So we're ready for a new card draw, card action phase. There you go. You can get a look at all these nice components. It's got the map printed on here with everything you need, and it's very compact. Not a big footprint game. I got a nice little area here. As a matter of fact, I need to get this area set up. We got to move on to game development and other games here, so we have all kinds of stuff to do, and we're just getting started on our time off. Let's go for our first card draw and see what happens. In 1815, Wellington was placed in Britain. -1 die roll modifier on Portugal expedition. -2 in Napoleon in Spain. What are oh man, shoot. Play allows play of line and Tory. So, We got to deal with both of them. Look who's made his self known. Can't make that stuff up. All right. Forgot to reset that. All right, we're back down here now to card draw number 2. Here we go. Ooh, Napoleon's carriage headquarters. Police and I, Napoleon, may discard at any time for 1 administrative does not exceed the triggering executive to be triggered during this. All right, it doesn't have to be triggered now, so I can do this whenever I want. Whenever I need 1 administrative, I'll give it to me now. So anyway, we'll discard. Doesn't out of play, just gets discarded, and I'll give me 1 administrative. I'll take that. Down here to card draw number 3. What do we have here? Oof. This is tough. I've seen this one. Opposed river crossing. Most place in campaign modifiers. -1 die roll modifier. First combat round. Well, the good thing about this is we're not going to have any campaigns, so we'll be able to take all these modifier cards and put them back in the draw deck. But that's when it comes time for drawing a campaign because we have everybody allied. So it's good time. Good time at the end of the game to have that. All right, card draw number 4. What do we got? You never know. You never know. And there's been times in this game where I've lost it easily because I didn't have enough points for the 8th Brumiere or the overthrow of the. Oh shoot! Oh, I keep on forgetting the. Hold on a second. Overthrow of the directory. I keep on forgetting that name. So anyway, I didn't have enough points to do that. That's how I lost the game. I've also lost the game without having any political or administrative points, and had to turn the reins back over to King Louis the 18th, I think it was, or 9th, I don't know, whatever, one of those numbers. But anyway, had to turn it back over to Louis. What other way did we lose this game? I think we've been arrested. A lot of times we've been killed using that Napoleon Leeds card. So, yeah, took a bullet to the head or something on that one. But we're still alive here. What's going on here? The Emperor is dead. Immediate effect. If Spain, Polish campaign, and Russia are in fact. Well, like I said, it can happen at any time. Wow. All right, hold on a second here. We got to take a little cough break. All right, the Emperor is dead card. When revealed, if Spain, 150, Polish campaign, no, or Russia, 155, are in campaign, which is not. Must roll a die. Otherwise, discard with no effect. Phew! We took care of that one. That was a bad newser. All right, what else do we have in store for us? 1815. Oh. Central position. Campaign modifier. Must place in campaign modifiers +1 in the first round of combat. So he must have himself a nice little spot there to oversee the battle. Campaign modifiers, again, they will all be reshuffled into the deck and discarded because we don't have no campaign in there. But we're down here to 6. Let's go. What's that next? Come on, we got to get through this. Enemy cavalry charge. Campaign modifiers again. No big deal. But we now roll the die. And on a 1, we go to campaign. 7. No good. Down here to card draw number 7. Next draw. Ooh. Balian? Immediate effect. If Spain is hostile, it's not blah 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 blah. Then remove this card from play. Otherwise, discard with no effect. And the thing of it is, you can go into those rules there, and it has every card described on what the historical event was. But we're not going to do that right now. Discard with no effect. There you go. We'll roll a die again for our campaign. Trying to get through with two more turns. 3. I think the number is 1 or 2. That's no good. Going down to 8. Next card draw. Marie-Louise Habsburg. May discard with no effect or place in wife if no card is there. We got Desiree in there. And there's cards to take care of her. It says 55 if not in play or 135. I don't know where those cards are. Hold on. At least one card are in current treaties are placed in. Oh, we have to have something going on with the old Austrians. Yep. All right. Well, no good. No good because we already have a wife. I gotta check out those cards. So I guess when we make this game totally, the integrity of the game, we'll discard that. Let's find out what's going on with Desiree here real quick. Those numbers down there mean something. We'll be right back. Right, the first one is Bernadette, and it says he marries her, but I married her first, so it's not, don't have anything to do with it. Next, we'll be looking for card number 135, and that is divorce. So, if I was, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. None of those apply, and we're still married to Miss Desiree. There you go. We'll be right back. I think we're ready to roll our die for our next card. Look for 1 to 3. The campaign, and it is a 7. Going down to card draw number 9. Campaign modifiers, march the sound of guns. These are all good modifiers. Somebody's up, but they're all going to be discarded here. Rolling for campaign again. A low number takes us out of this phase, and it's a 3. I think that'll do it. Anything between a 1 and 4 on a 9th card draw, so that'll be it. Nothing in the campaign. Take all these campaign modifiers and discard them. And we go into the diplomatic phase. We'll be right back. All right, the campaign box is empty in Spanish. Ulcer Expeditions card 221 is not active. We haven't pulled that card yet, thank God. That's what keep me in the game right there, is that. Discard all campaign modifiers and proceed to diplomatic. That's what we're going to do. We'll roll for each nation. Rolling for Spain. It's a high roll. 9, he stays untouched. Now I can spend diplomatic points to give me a +1 modifier on all these, but we're not worried about it. Austria coming up next. 10, you don't want to go nowhere. He wants to stay our buddy. 6 or more, and they stay where they're at. Prussia, 4, goes down to neutral. We don't have any cards, I think. Let me see here. If Prussia is conquered, blah, 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 -1 all combat rounds. That's Prussia. All combat rounds for Austria. -1 in Austrian diplomatic rolls. The new frontiers may be played. So, what did we do with that Austria roll? I think she was more than enough. I think that was a 10 and went down to 9, so he's still good. All right, Russia next. 7, so he stays. Allied. There you go. That's the way it looks at their diplomatic phase. We will look over here when it comes time for our campaigns. And I think we still don't qualify for any campaigns yet. Let's look here. Yeah. If Prussia is neutral. Somebody's got to get hostile. Nobody's hostile yet except for Britain. So there you go. And it doesn't have anything for here for Britain. So we are still under this criteria. Austria allied, Prussia neutral, Russia allied, Spain allied, no. Campaign again. We're getting by with one because we're going through the turns now. We'll be able to end this game, so we'll see what's going on. That'll be it, I guess, for the diplomatic phase. Domestic politics time. All right, our glory. All right, what can we spend on that domestic politics? For every 2 political points spent, let's spend them. Well, now we're low. We're just gonna roll. We ain't got nothing to do there. We'll just have to hit our modifiers as they are. So, die roll modifiers at 0. We will roll looking for a high roll. Always high roll in this game. Oh, that hurts. Modified as follows: for each hostile or conquered, so -1 here. For each bloody result, if continental systems in play, -2. So now we're at 0. For each allied nation, +3. 1, 2, 3. So now we got up 3. For every political point spent, nothing. So we're at 3. So it still doesn't change the table. -5 glory. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 37. There you go. Ouch with the domestic politics. All right, cleanup phase. We will flip this here to back to use, which is fine. Ooh, administrative and diplomatic go back to 0 every turn. That is that. Year setup phase. Move the year to 1816. Redo this one here. And we'll go back to getting all of our income. We minus, what's this here? Ooh, Napoleon, Spain, Waterloo, and blah, 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 blah. -2 glory for Nelson. 37, going to 35. All right. Crown Prince doesn't do anything for me here. Tsar Paul don't do nothing. Kustov, no advantage for Clary. Blucher, Louise gives us 2 glory in Kingdom of Holland. Yes, 36, 37. That negates Nelson. And our other family member down here gives us 1 glory per year. So another up to 38. Now for administrative points, 4 for me being an emperor, and 2 more for birthday year. That is our income. General records track is set. We're done with the year's setup. We're ready to get into the final 2 turns of this game. It's good. I'm surprised we last one. And even when you lose, it's each one's has its own flavor, the way you lose and everything. So, all right, we also give us 1 political per year because we got the continental system. So, up to 5. Now we're done. I think that's all the modifiers we have. Put this back to 0. We're ready for the card deck phase. No cards to add. Modifier cards get into the draw deck. Be right back. All right, we're ready to cut the cards. We're going to finish this game, it looks like. We got 2 more turns to see if we can survive. I think the old guillotine's gone. I think the only thing that's going to nail us will be a bad campaign. But so far, we got everybody on our side. It might cruise us through the next 2 turns. Not a bunch of hostiles. Everything is looking good. The future does not look cloudy on my game. And this game here has taken me all through the summer. I think I started this in the spring, but working my schedule from dark to dark. It doesn't give me much time, but we've had a great time with this. And when we get done, we might have to take us a little trip to the store. Here's our card deck, ready to cut the cards. There you go. And we're set. Set for turn number. Well, I don't know what turn number it is, but it's the year 1816 of end of 1817, 1821. That's strange. I wonder how this is going to end. We'll have to check that out. So anyway, all right, well, that's it. We're down to the card action phase. I'm going to take me a little break here before we get into the last home stretch of our game. And through all the 7 or 8 games I've played, first time I've ever made it to the end of the game. So it's kind of appropriate for being the beginning of my gaming season, and this game pretty much being my game I've been playing all summer, spring and summer. But as I said, I don't get much time, so we will be right back.